everyone, and thank you for joining us for episode 11 of the League by Varsity All Star weekly series. I'm Amber Salas, and it's hard to believe we're already this far along in the All-Star cheer season. The NCAA All-Star National Championship is now officially in the books as we said goodbye to Dallas for now and turn the page to an exciting few years in Houston. This weekend, we saw these incredible teams showcase some great performances, and there truly is nothing like the NCAA Winners Circle and the moment these teams get to hoist that iconic megaphone trophy. So without further ado, let's look back on some incredible moments and get all the latest news in the League by Varsity All-Star weekly series. Well, if you caught any of the League by Varsity All-Star live show during Battle in the Arena, you probably heard a lot about how this weekend was a big opportunity for teams to pull ahead on the leaderboard, especially after those 700 points at the NCAA All-Star National Championship. I had a feeling that some of these teams were going to make some pretty big jumps and that a lot of these leaderboards might look brand new. So let's go ahead and take a look at where things stand. Starting off with the League 6 All-Girl, South Coast Cheer Fearless is back in this top spot, 3,700 points. Fearless is just a great example of a team that continues to add up those events, and now they can drop some of those lower scores. NCAA this last weekend was their 7th event where they grabbed 625 points, and as a result, they were able to drop a 300-point value from earlier in the season. That just boosted their overall total for them to jump up into this top spot. Our reigning League 6 All-Girl champions, East Celebrity Elite Bombshells, also continue to climb the leaderboard. They're now up to 4th place here, 3,073 points. They just earned 700 points this weekend from a big win. They went back-to-back at the NCAA All-Star National Championship. And Cheer Extreme Senior Elite is not far behind them. They're currently in 5th place, 3,046 points from 5 events. Senior Elite now has 3 wins for 700 points, and they can still jump ahead. Another 600 points on the line this weekend at the UCA All-Star National Championship. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the League 6 Co-Ed. Stars Vipers Hiss still has a strong lead in that top spot, 3,650 points from their 6 events. They were also able to just drop a lower score of 473 points from earlier in the season for the 625 points they just earned from NCAA. Keep an eye on Hiss and a lot of these teams that are starting to drop some of those lower point values from earlier on. We've also got Main Stars Glory back in the top 10. They're currently tied down here for 7th place. 3,075 points. They just picked up 700 points from their first ever NCAA All-Star National Championship win. But what I really want to call your attention to is Max Senior Stars here in 4th place. They currently have 3,400 points from 6 events. They're definitely not a dark horse as they have found plenty of success all season, but I'm going to call them one of my leaderboard dark horses to keep an eye on because they can still make a big jump. They're going for the Triple Crown this weekend at the UCA All-Star National Championship, but here's what could happen. They could drop a 300-point event from earlier in the season for a potential 600 points. That would put them at 3,700 points, where they could possibly take over this top spot here. So definitely keep an eye out for Senior Stars. Jumping over now to a few other leaderboards, we're taking a look here at D1 Junior in the Southeast region. The Stingray All-Stars is all over the top 10 here, but especially made some big moves with these 3 teams making some pretty big jumps to take over the top 3. The Stingray All-Stars Royal leads the way with 3,100 points from 5 total events so far. Royal has 3 key 700-point event wins, including this last weekend at the NCAA All Star National Championship. Green and Platinum also follow closely behind in 2nd and 3rd place. And lastly, let's check in here with D2 Senior in the Midwest region. We have a new leader after a big win at the NCAA All Star National Championship for those 700 points. Give it up for Titanium Force cheer Black Smoke. They now have 3,200 points from their 6 events. TAI Arctic 5 also slides into 2nd place here, 3,174 points from 5 events. They just earned 650 points from a 3rd place finish at NCAA, so we'll see if they can add points from one more event to still possibly take over that top spot. And in 3rd place, it's the Coach All-Stars Sigma Sisters, 3,097 points for them from 6 events, and they just earned 675 points from a 2nd place finish at NCAA. Let's also hear it for Interactive Academy Gravity. They jumped up 12 spots to move into 5th place here with 2,970 points from 6 events. They are fresh off a huge win at the NCAA All Star National Championship, and those 700 points definitely did them well. And don't forget, you can always check out any race for the League by Varsity All Star Leaderboard by heading to tv.varsity.com and clicking on the Standings tab. All year long, we see these athletes compete at the highest level, showcasing some amazing skills, and we're always applauding them for their incredible athleticism, and rightfully so. But right now, I want to applaud a program for the work that they're doing off the mat, something much bigger than cheer. Cheer Extreme Raleigh has developed a community service initiative in their program this season where they've gone out to help the communities at all of their different travel competitions. Athletes from all different teams and all different levels come together to be a part of this to be able to make a difference. Truly what our varsity community is all about. Let's check in with Cheer Extreme Raleigh and see what they've been up to.
Hi guys, so we're here at NCAA and we're here to put together some homeless kids, and I'm going to tell you what's inside of them. So we have like some shampoo, combs, toothbrushes, toothpaste, soap, and just some everyday essentials to make us homeless people feel better.
We started by wanting to give back to our communities that we compete in, and we've noticed that homelessness is everywhere, and we see it on social media and in our hometowns, so this is just one way Cheer Extreme Raleigh would like to say thank you.
Community service is super important to me because I love handing out the care kits, and I also love making a difference in this world.
Community service is important to me because caring for others is a good thing, and also I've been doing some of this stuff before by handing out care kits, and the people that I've gave them to have been so excited.
It makes me feel really wholesome because not only do I get to work closely with my friends at the gym, but I also get to give back and help and serve the community as best as I can.
Community service is definitely something that grows with time and with effort. So once one kid's really interested in it and they get a buddy to join in, it's amazing how fast that can pick up speed. And our entire program has come together to donate, whether it be items or money, just to make all of these things be able to happen. And we have that power as cheerleaders to provide just positivity to any environment. And it's really important to try to locate the ones who need us most.
We like to top off every kit with a little motivation note.
All right, we got all our 50 bags. Let's drop them off at the homeless shelter. We're here at the Austin Street Center. Let's drop off our bags.
All right. Thanks, you guys. Y'all grab a bag.
Of course.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, girls. Y'all have a good day.
You too.
All right, hi. I am Eric Curtis. I'm here at Austin Street Center. I am one of the security guards here. What we do here is we house the homeless. We're trying to end homelessness. For each group that comes, we really appreciate the donations. Anything that they bring, it really helps the homeless. We really appreciate it.
It gives me hope and makes me happy. And my family has a lot of this stuff laying around the house, and it makes me really think about how much I've taken these things for granted, and I'm really happy that my gym has the opportunity to bless people.
My favorite part about doing this is knowing I'm able to make a difference in other people's lives. Us as cheerleaders, we're always in full makeup and full hair, and we're always looking our best. So knowing that just giving someone toothbrush and toothpaste allows their self-confidence to be at an all-time high.
Here comes with a lot of stress, and so I think when you get perspective on what it is truly like to be without clothes, without food, without shelter, that's real stress. So the perspective really helps our athletes be able to stay grounded in an ever-changing environment. Things like that are very important. We're not just teaching cheerleading, we're teaching life skills.
Awesome job to all. Way to make a difference in these communities. And as I was following along, they also told me they'd love to team up with other programs and teams to keep making this even bigger. So I can't wait to see how this can continue to grow with the help of our varsity community. Well, this weekend, we just closed out the 2025 NCAA All Star National Championship. And as we said earlier, closing the chapter in Dallas for now as we take things over to Houston for a few years. But it was special to reflect back on 30 years of memories in Dallas, in the iconic arena, and there were so many great performances this weekend to go along with that. So right now, let's go ahead and take a look back on some of those moments.
Your defending national champs with a 98.45. Back in the top spot, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for one more time. Varsity All Star Steal!
After our second to last Super National event of the season at the 2025 NCAA All Star National Championship, let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Gajoli from Cheer Theory to recap some of these great performances. Alex, welcome into the show. So good to see you as always. Let's start out with what stood out to you from this weekend at the NCAA All Star National Championship.
Well, what a weekend is really all I can say. You know, the athletes, coaches, gym owners, and everyone else who was there this weekend showed true strength and resilience on Sunday. So, you know, I was in the arena the majority of Sunday, and the crowd was clocked in and ready to go. That last 4 or 5 hours in there with large senior, extra small senior, medium co-ed, large co-ed, small senior, medium senior, small co-ed, and a few others was truly awesome to see, and it felt like a normal Sunday at NCAA, which is all we could ask for. So, you know, after large senior started around like 2 or 3 o'clock, the arena was pretty much full the rest of the day. So I was happy to see that.
Definitely, and What an awesome way to close out the arena as we know it. That was really special for sure. But speaking about some of those great divisions and performances like you mentioned, how did our hit percentage turn out this weekend?
Yeah, so this is the most teams that we saw compete at a single competition so far this season, and there were 175 Worlds performances on Sunday, and 43 of those hit 0. So that percentage works out to 25%, which aligns with the rest of the hit percentages we're seeing so far this season.
All right, so we mentioned the arena. It was so fun. They really brought the energy during some of these performances. Are there any that stand out to you as some of those top moments?
Yeah, for sure. I think that we saw a handful of performances that we're going to remember forever and will be in the history books. And I think the one at the top of my list is Brandon Senior Black, who was really jaw-dropping, and the crowd knew every single word to that elite stunt sequence, and it was just a really fun environment. And honestly, it was probably one of the loudest performances I've ever seen there, which is saying a lot. And Top Gun Revelation had the entire arena screaming. They have quite the fan base, and they were there and they were ready to support them. That routine is truly seamless, and the timing and uniformity is unmatched in my opinion. And shout out to the West Coast California All Stars Black Ops, put on their best performance of the season in my opinion, and the crowd was so loud by the end of it. It was a powerful hit 0 to say the least. And some love for the all-girl teams. South Coast Cheer Fearless, they put on one of the cleanest routines I have ever seen, and you can just tell that they have drilled every single one of those sections, and it was really awesome.
Some great moments there for sure. And of course, there's a lot of hype going into the NCAA All Star National Championship, rightfully so, because it's such a big event for these teams. But we also have quite a few more exciting events to go this season. Is there anything on the line that you're really looking forward to as some more big events that people should have an eye on?
Yeah, so it seems weird to already feel like we're wrapping up another season. We still have a couple months left before those major end of season events, but upcoming this weekend, we have the final stop on the Triple Crown Championship at UCA All Star Nationals. And then towards the end of the month, we will head to Los Angeles for the USA All Star Super Nationals, which will be the last 700-point event of this season. And that final weekend of the regular season, there are a few competitions, and that lineup at One Up Grand Nationals is looking pretty good, and it will be that last opportunity for teams to hit the mat before heading to the Cheerleading Worlds, the Summit, the D2 Summit, and beyond.
Awesome. Well, definitely some great events to look forward to. And also out on the West Coast, some of those big programs also have one more stop for the West Coast Cup. That'll be at the USA All Star Super Nationals as well. So a lot to look forward to. And of course, Alex, I know we're going to be checking in with you every step of the way as we close out the season here. But thank you, as always, for joining us, and we'll catch up with you next time.
Thanks, Amber. Talk to you soon.
Well, we just heard some great points from Alex there, looking back on the weekend at the NCAA All Star National Championship. But I wanted to keep it going a little bit and add in a few of those key moments that really stood out to me and teams that really made a statement this weekend. So first off, shout out to Max All-Star Cheer. Their program across the board hit 0 all weekend long at the NCAA All-Star National Championship, and they ended up taking home 7 national championships. So congratulations to them. That was definitely awesome to see their consistency. And speaking of consistency, another team I've been talking about all season long here on the show, Max All-Stars Senior Stars. They also won the national championship in the Level 6 Limited Small Co-Ed division. But if we take a quick look at them on the hit 0 meter, they are still perfect at 100%. So incredible to think about that consistency that they've showcased. They've hit 0 every performance they've had all season long. Another shout out goes to Dakota Spirit Apollo. They went back to back as national champions in the Level 5 Senior Small Division. They just bring a clean routine everywhere that they go. They have so many great elements showcased throughout that entire routine, and they really bring a great performance element as well. So congratulations to Apollo. Rain Athletics Aqua was another team and performance that I loved watching. Congratulations to Aqua. They won their first ever NCAA All Star National Championship in the Level 6 Limited Small Division. And it was also the first ever NCAA win for the entire Rain Athletics program. Aqua has just been on a roll now. They have 3 key Super National wins under their belt at JamFest Cheer Super Nationals, Cheer Sport, and now the NCAA All Star National Championship. It's been so fun to follow along with their journey this season, and we can't wait to see how it continues to unfold. It's time now to see what we have in store for this week's Question of the Week. Last week, we kept it rolling as we quizzed you on your NCAA All-Star knowledge. We wanted to know how many of you knew how many teams were competing at this year's NCAA All-Star National Championship. So here's a look at how you all voted. 64% of you voted 1,716 teams. 14% of you voted that it was 1,564 teams. Another 14% of you voted that it was 1,800 teams. And lastly, 5% of you voted that it was 1,426 teams. So the correct answer was 1,716 teams. So most of you got it correct there. Great job. But now let's go ahead and look ahead to this weekend at the UCA All-Star National Championship and another special opportunity. A few teams have the chance to set themselves apart as a Triple Crown champion. So this week, we want to know what are the 3 competitions that a team has to win in order to be named a Triple Crown champion. The options are all listed for you right now on Varsity TV. So if you think you know the answer, or if you want to just join in on the fun, go ahead, scan this QR code right now, let us know what you think, and we'll see how you all answered on next week's episode. Well, the All-Star season just continues to roll along as we continue on throughout this busy time of the season here in March. So before we go, let's go ahead and take a look at this weekend's upcoming schedule and all the points up for grabs. First off, we have the UCA All-Star National Championship out in the Southeast region. That's worth 600 points to the league by Varsity All Star. We also have the Mid-Atlantic Championship Grand Nationals worth 500 points. The GLCC Grand Nationals also for 500 points. Out on the West Coast, the Aloha Grand Nationals is also going for 500 points. And finally, we have the Aloha Indy Showdown. That's in the Midwest region, also worth 500 points towards the league by Varsity All Star. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier in that question of the week, quite a few teams are going for the Triple Crown this weekend at the UCA All Star National Championship that we'll be keeping an eye on. Remember, the Triple Crown title goes home with the teams who compete and earn first place at 3 prestigious events. Could give you the answer right now, but we're gonna save that to see how you all answer in the question of the week. So be sure to join us next week as we'll take a look at who those Triple Crown champions are and what those 3 events were that they had to win. So good luck to everyone who's competing this weekend. You can follow along with all the action on Varsity TV. Head to the website, take a look at that schedules tab to see everything that's going on this weekend, and we'll see you back here next week.